Good day, ma'am. So for today's discussion, I discuss about the service of breakfast and afternoon tea. So as you can see the figure there, that was a breakfast buffet system. So if we create an outline to get ready, introduce the era, use a mix of media and text, organize your artifacts to outline what life was like during the era you are presenting. Think about using a storyboard to outline your images and ideas. So make sure you prepare a clear and well-rounded presentation of all aspects of the era, like people, jobs, food, transportation, and etc. So what else should you include so the audience feels like they have visited your era? So I engage my audience and keep them with me and design an effective introduction. Engage the audience, get them interested, give them a reason to listen. How describe a scene or a character. So there are three levels of menus are often priced in buffet breakfast. So including juices, bread items, and beverages. So cold buffet including those items of continental breakfast plus a selection of cold items. From the buffet, full breakfast is full selection from the buffet including hot cooked items. With the buffet breakfast, all items are self-serve from the buffet with perhaps the exemption of any egg dishes or other cooked-to-order items and the beverages required. So the full afternoon tea is the menu for a full afternoon tea usually consists of some or all the items listed in Figure 8.4. These are generally served in the order in which they are listed. Note that beverages are served first. So these are the full afternoon tea menu. Assorted almond, tea sandwiches, smoked salmon, cucumber, tomato, sardine, egg, gentleman's relish brown, and white bread, and butterfruit bread and butter. So hot buttered toast or toasted tea cake or crumpets. Warm scones with butter or whipped or clotted cream. So raspberry or strawberry jams. So that's all the full afternoon tea menu. Next is cover for full afternoon tea. Is the following cover will normally be laid for a full afternoon tea: napkin, slap basin and tea strainer, side plate with side or tea knife, butter dish and butter knife with butter, pastry fork and alternatives, teacup and saucer and a teaspoon, preserved dish on a underplate, jug of cold milk and or side plate with a preserved spoon, or side with lemon slices, depending on a plate with small individual teapot and hot water, jug stands or table number under plates. And last, sugar and basin and tongs or individual packets of sugar. So there are two figures. The first figure is the example of cover for full afternoon has been tea after the order taken. And the second one is the figure example of an afternoon tea stand. High tea. So a high tea may be available in addition to the full afternoon tea. It is usually in a modified as grills, toasted snacks, fish and meat dishes, salads, cold sweets and ices. The meat dishes normally consist in the main of pies and pastries, whereas the fish dishes are usually fried or grilled. So the following accompaniments, proprietary sauces may be offered with high tea: tomato ketchup, brown sauce, vinegar, mustard, and Worcestershire sauce. Next is cover for high tea. So the cover for high tea may include Same as I read few minutes ago, the full afternoon tea. So the figure there is the order of service for afternoon tea or table service. The general order of service for afternoon tea is beverages, hot snacks, bread and butter, sandwiches, assorted bread items with butter and alternatives and preserves, hot toasted items, scones with butter or cream and preserves, and last, cakes and pastries. So there are four steps. First is the beverage should again be served first, followed by the hot snack ordered, which is often accompanied by bread and butter. When this has been consumed and cleared, the service then follows that of a full afternoon tea. Second is order taking is usually carried out using the duplicate checking method. And next, the sandwiches may be dressed on silver flats and are set out on the buffet prior to service. Alternatively, sandwiches are pre-plated with a determined selection and then served to the customer at the table as required. And last is toast, tea cakes, and crumpets are often served in a soup plate or well dish with a silver cover on a underplate. An alternative to this is the use of a muffin dish, which is a covered silver dish with an inner lining and hot water in the lower part of the container. When serving hot buttered toast for afternoon tea, the crust from three sides only are removed and the toast is then cut into fingers with part of the crust remaining attached to each finger. This makes it easier for the customer to hold the toast when eating it. Reception or buffet tea. A reception or buffet tea is offered for special functions and private parties only, and as the name implies, the food and beverage are served from a buffet table and not at individual tables. The food that will be available might be a selection from either the full afternoon tea or the high tea menus. The buffet should be set up in a prominent position in the room, making sure that there is ample space for display and presentation and for the customers to make their choice. The buffet should have easy access to the still room and wash up so that the replacement of the buffet and the clearing of used tableware may be carried out without disturbing the customers. So that's all, ma'am. Thank you for listening.